Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Welcome to a new Burning Baltics first look DLC division video. Hopefully you're enjoying them. Remember to let me know down in the comments. And reminder, I've said it plenty of times, free giveaway on the Discord, so hop into the link, it's in the description. Ping me if you've got any issues. If you want to know more information, it's probably better to go watch an earlier video. I think you're getting probably fed up about this now. Right, today we're going to look at the 11th SS Freiwilligen Panzergrenadier-Division Nordland. Bit of a mouthful of a division name. So, the 11th SS Freiwilligen Panzergrenadier-Division Nordland was largely made up of foreign volunteers, the nucleus formed by a large contingent of Scandinavian SS troops, mostly fighting around Leningrad, Nordland, retreating to the Baltics, where it made its famous stand during the Battle of Tannenberg Line, successfully beating back Soviet attacks for several weeks. Having to make do with whatever equipment is available, most of the depleted Nordland's armour support comes from a few worn-out Panther tanks. Some of these have found a second life as fixed bunkers, the so-called defensive Panther-Stellung. Still, its recon forces are considered excellent, and the first jet bomber, the Arado 234B-2, can be used for lightning-fast bombing runs. I didn't even know we were getting a jet bomber. Oh my days. The 11th SS Freiwilligen Panzergrenadier-Division Nordland is pockmarked by combat, and while not the hardest hitting, makes up for great flexibility on battlefield. I didn't even know we were getting a jet bomber. Man. You can tell how much I've been away from the game. I've not actually read any of the community posts that still Eugen have been putting together for the Burning Baltics. But then that's what makes these first look videos good. Hopefully you're genuinely getting my first feelings and impressions. So let's have a look at the activation slots. It all looks pretty standard fare. Despite the fact they mention the jet bomber, the air kind of tab doesn't look too welcoming. But other than that, I think everything else is fairly reasonable. Let's go into the Recon tab and let's have a gander. We've got the BMW R75s. We have the Aufklar with some nice camos. I think these are different camos. We get the right kind of view. Oh, we get Schwimmwagons. Oh, they didn't mention the recon elements, didn't they? We get Schwimmwagons. We also get SPWs, 222s. And SDCAF said 250/10. With the Pack 35/36 for that extra half-track pack gun support. So yeah, you're going to want to take your recon elements in this division from the looks of it, because it's looking pretty good so far. We get the Spar Troop with various vehicles, including the SDKF Z 247B. I bet that's not used that often. We got the 250/9s with the auto cannons. Good stuff. Or auto cannon, should I say. We have, how do I say that? Schwedenzug. We have Schwedenzug. 9-strength squad. I mean, nothing like majorly special about that squad, but I really like the camo on this division. It really looks like some decent camo. We got the SPW 231 recon vehicle. Yep. And we got the SPW 234/2 Puma. You don't get a hell of a lot of Pumas in Steel Division 2. I think in Normandy there were a few more Pumas, but yeah, not many in Steel Division 2, especially because the Pumas that we do have generally have come across from Normandy. But yeah, we have the Pumas, and it's going to be interesting how the Puma performs with the range changes. Remember, early access, maybe changes. In fact, I know Eugen have made an update since the version that I'm looking at, so there are going to be changes. I just don't know exactly what. But it will be interesting how the Puma performs, because it is a decent gun, and it will have extra range compared to kind of some of the recon elements you get in the Allied divisions. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You can only take the Pumas in A phase, but you're only going to really want to take them in A phase, mostly. We got some Panzergrens with the MG26 T. Looking sharp again in that camo. I really like this camo. It's really cool camo. We got the Pioneers. Pioneer Führer. Panzergren Führer. Panzergrenadiers with the MG34, 2 MG34s. Sturm Pioneer with the Flammenwerfer. Panzergrenadier Standard with the MG42s, but no Panzerfaust. And then a Panzergrenadier with the MG42s and a Panzerfaust. So your infantry options are very standard German infantry options. It's all good stuff, and the MG42s, the MG34s, they're good machine guns right now. So yeah, I mean, you're definitely not to be underestimated. Like, the German infantry used to be a lot worse than it is now. Definitely when the game released. Well, not necessarily when the game released, but then we had an update following the game release. Maybe about 6 months in, that kind of brought the Russian infantry to the fore, and it's been that way for a while, although the last sort of, I think, three months or so, the German infantry has definitely been back at it. Right, let's move into the tank tab. We have Stug 3Gs in A phase, Stug 3G Führers. You can get two of those in B phase, which is slightly strange. Oh no, sorry, you can get the Stug 3s in A, B or C phase. Okay, well that resolves that. Stug 4s you can only get in A phase. Maybe I misclicked there. But Stug 4s, good units. And then you get 2 cards of Panther Ds with a nice looking 725 on the side. Yeah. Lovely. So, good, but not amazing. Because, yeah, I mean, it's good, but not amazing. Into the support tab, we got Feldgendarmerie. We got your standard Flammenwerfer. We got MG34s, IG18s. Some of these can come on Schwimmwagons. The MG42, yeah, here's a Schwimmwagon. So some of these are amphibious, although it's pretty rare that you need them amphibious, but it's there if you do. Opel Blitz munition truck. Oh, we got some SIG 33s with a nice camo, nice and fresh and colourful. You don't really see the IG 33s, it's just much better to take the IG 18s. Although range changers, again, I mean, I mentioned range changers, these might become a bit more useful because it's 2,000 meters to 1,500, although things might change, you know. Yeah, maybe the IG 33s get a new lease of life. Then we got your commanders. We got the motorcycle commander. Got the SPW 223 commander. And we get the Panzer IV-H commander. Really weird that the commander gets a Panzer IV-H, but there's no Panzer IV-H's in the division. So, interesting. And then finally we get this thing right at the bottom, which is a Stuka Zu Fuss. which is like an IG 18 almost. It's like a what is it, a 251/9, I think, variant half track with the sort of IG-18. But then it's also like got Werferarm rockets on the side. But these are napalm bombs. So this is going to be really interesting. I can't wait to see this thing in action. Oh, we do get the guy driving. It's a shame that we don't get a guy in the back to operate the gun. But I do love to see the guys in the half tracks. Just add something extra. Yeah. Even if they just put the guy in the seat. The other seat. But still. Yeah, it's going to be really good to see this unit in action. I'm looking forward to casting this unit. Is it going to be the Sturmtiger of the Nordland division? That's the question. Yeah. It's going to be exciting to find out how good this thing is. You can get 1 in A, 2 in B, 3 in C. It's very expensive, but you do get those sort of napalm rockets, and you do get the IG-18 side of things as well. So, those napalm rockets don't have a huge range, 2,200 meters, so you're going to have to use them a little bit carefully. You don't want to get this thing sniped. Although, again, range changes, range changes, range changes, range changes, range changes. Yeah, although range changes, it's probably less likely to get sniped now than it used to be, because if it's going to get sniped, it's going to get sniped by something big like an IS-2, or I suppose if you're mirror matching, you know, a Tiger or a Panther, but they're going to be concentrating on tanks, not this thing. Panzerschreck in the AT tab. Panzerschreck. Then we got the captured Russian 45mm. Yeah, so this is what I was saying about the range changes and maybe not getting sniped by M42 guns that are randomly all over the place, because they are not going to snipe at 2 kilometers anymore. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Jagdpanzer... captured Russian Jagdpanzer Su-76. So we did have this unit in a different division, but yeah, I think this is a different skin, a new skin. I like it. I mean, it's not amazing. I wouldn't say I'm in love with this skin, but I do like it. I do love the way that Eugen have stepped up the game with skins since the release version. Like, the release version skins were good, but there's so much extra on these skins, like the shovel on top and the mallet and the axe. They always had spare tracks and stuff like that, but the wires, the tow wires, and the jerry cans, although I don't think we've got jerry cans on this. Oh, the ammunition in the back! That's new. I've not seen ammunition in the back before. Yeah, spare wheels. I mean, just... perfect. And the bloke in the back, of course. I've not mentioned him already. Yeah, you can only get them in A phase. You can only get 3 of them. So I think you are probably going to want to take them because they're cheap. And you do suffer a little bit. Although you do have the Recon Tab as well, remember. To give you some extra cheap vehicles. I'm actually quite liking the setup of this division. I think this division might see a fair bit of play. I mean, again, not over the top, but I think some people might specialise with the division, get good at this division, and it could see some reasonable amount of play. Then we get the captured Russian Zis-3 guns, and then we get 2 cards of PaK-40s. I mean, like I've always said, PaK-40s are great. You just can't go wrong with PaK-40s. Anti-air tab, we get the flak 3820s. They can double up. So it's not... See, I was wondering whether this was a thing that Eugen had changed, where they couldn't double up, because it's barely on any of the divisions that I've first looked so far. But they are here. You can double up these flak 3820s. We got 1 card of flak 36-37 mils. Obviously, you're going to want to take them. They're like the second best AA gun in the game, if not the best. Then we got the flak 41 88mm. I mean, you've got the holy trinity of AA guns here. You've got the flak 36 37mm, which is arguably the best AA gun in the game. Then you've got the SDKFZ 71, which is arguably the best AA gun in the game. And then you've got the flak 41 88mm, which is arguably the third best AA gun in the game if you count the other two. I mean, what? You know, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Artillery tab, the Beobacher, the Battery Führer, the 81mm mortars, cool uniforms, the LEFH 18M 105mm, the why is that? The R, because I can't remember what it stands for. Oh, and I always get this wrong, and people always bring this up. We're going to try it, guys. We're going to try it. The Vielfachwerfer. Because I always say Vielfachwerfer, but I'm pretty sure it's Vielfachwerfer. Vielfachwerfer. Probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. I get this unit name wrong constantly. Anyway, this looks like a different variant with captured Russian rockets. BM-8 are rockets. Yeah. I wonder why that. I wonder whether that designates the R, the Russian. Well, it's an interesting unit. I don't like the 82mm rockets. They're just not that great. So I don't think this is going to be like amazing, but it's still interesting. We got the SK-18s, which this looks slightly like this skin looks a little bit less familiar, so maybe a new skin here. I like they've got A's on. Wonder what their A's designate, whether it means anything. I mean, obviously it must mean something, but I wonder whether that's just like the kind of like the battery troop designation. So you'd have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. I wonder whether it's something like that. Then we get the 120mm mortars. And then we get the SFH 18 150mm heavy howitzers. So you have some decent artillery options at that. You've got some decent artillery options. 1v1, no off map. But you do get the Vielfachwerfer, and you do obviously also get the kind of napalm Werferarmen in the support tab. So you got some reasonable options there for pseudo artillery / rocket artillery. Finally, onto the air tab. Oh, we got the GO 145B with the 50kg bomb napalm bombs. Protosoccer was a real big fan of this plane. And lots of people like to kind of bring these out early, really cheap, 25 points a piece. You get 60, and don't be surprised by the amount of damage they can do. They can certainly get out early on into the game. They're recon planes, they can spot stuff on the ground, and they can hit some trucks, force unloads, and get some early kills. Yeah, you'd be surprised by the damage they can do. Then we got the Me-109 G8. We've seen this in a different division recently. We get the Ju-87D5. This is the close air support version. So I actually did a recent replay where this plane came out, and it was NEF versus JKW. Check that replay out if you've not seen it. But yeah, this plane was really disappointing. Yeah, it didn't really perform. I think for these guys to perform, you have to use them en masse with other Ju-87D5s. But the problem was, some people were exploiting that kind of stuff. Well, not really exploit, because they weren't cheating or anything like that. They were just excessively using them in sea phase. So now, anyway, on their own, they as that replay showed, they didn't really serve too much of a purpose. They kind of didn't do the damage that I think Neff was expecting them to do. We got the Ju-87D5 with the 500 kilogram bombs. That's probably the version out of the two that I'd rather take if it was me. And we got the Focke-Wulf 190A8, which is the only dedicated fighter. You do only get one slot, one card. And you only get 2 in A phase, where I've seen 3 before in A phase. So this is a little bit of a limitation, because do you only take 2 fighters? Or do you try and get away with holding out to B phase, but you only get 4 fighters? I think most people will opt for the 2 in A phase. You know, you supplement in with the... I guess you get the Me-109G8, which can act as a fighter as well, so there is that option. So you could take 2 of those in A phase, and you take the Focke-Wulfs in B phase. Yeah. And then we get this guy. Wow. Oh, this is the jet bomber! Oh, I was about to say, this thing looks like a actual modern day plane with the fuselage being so sleek and beautiful. Oh, look at that thing underneath. That thing's huge. Why does that thing look bigger than a normal 1,000 kilogram bomb? Oh, can you imagine if we got nuke bombers? All the War Thunder players suddenly screaming out. Oh, this is cool as hell. So we get the AR-234. I've never heard of this plane. Obviously, jet bombers, World War II. You know, I'm not a historian. Me-262. Of course, I hope to hell I haven't got the designation for that plane wrong now. I've never heard of this. Honestly, I've never heard of this jet bomber. And what is that thing coming out the top? Is that like a sight? Is that like a special sight for the bomb or something? Is that a rear sight so you can see behind you? I reckon it's a rear sight. Although it doesn't extend into the cockpit. So it can't be. Maybe it's just something aerodynamic then. What is it? I have no idea. Huh, there we go. Man, this thing looks amazing. I love it. God, how fast is it? I've not even looked. Well, it's 560 kilometers per hour, but it is a bomber. So 560 kilometers per hour, I wasn't initially thinking, well, that's not that fast. But when you think about it, it's carrying a 1,000 kilogram bomb. Oh, some people are going to love this division. Some people are going to love this division. I think, as I was saying in a previous video, that the single plane changes my outlook on the division. And genuinely, this single plane... Also, I don't think it changes the whole outlook, because I was just saying a moment ago that I think people would specialise in this division. But even more so now, you've got the jet bomber. And some people are just genuinely going to love it. Not for the... I'll put it politely, not for the German lovingness of it. But just because it will be a kind of meme jet bomber. And then we got the second version with the 1,000 kilogram bombs, and then the 2 500 kilogram bombs on the wings underneath the engines. In terms of speed, it's slightly slower, but yeah, you get double the payload for only 10 points more. Oh, this jet bomber is going to be cool as hell. Defense. Oh wow, look at that. What's that? Oh, that's the Bunker Panther. The Bunker Panther. The Panther-Stellung. That is kind of cool. So for all you breakthrough players, there you go. It's a Bunker Panther. That's really cool. Oh, some really cool units in this division. Genuinely really cool units in this division. Right. I just want to get rid of the... there we go. Right, okay, so how do I feel about this division? Is it going to get playing 1v1? Is it strong? I think, yes, it's going to get playing 1v1. I think it's decent. I don't think it's over the top. I think it kind of depends on the jet bomber, really, if I'm honest, how good this division is. Because you get some decent tank options, but there are some limitations here on the heavy tanks. You know, you don't get a hell of a lot of tanks. You get some decent recon options to kind of supplement that. You get some Su-76s to sort of supplement it, but there are limitations. You get a pretty decent infantry lineup. There's better infantry lineups out there, but it's decent all the same. And you get kind of the napalm, rocket, Werf, Rahmen, Stuka, Zuv, Fuss unit. You get the Wilfenwerfer that I don't think too many people will take. And then, yeah, you get the jet bomber. So I think if this unit is really strong, if this jet bomber is really, really strong, then I think the stronger this jet bomber is, the more we'll see it in 1v1. That's what I'm going to say. In terms of like team games and 10v10, again, I think it's a decent division. I think you'll see it out there in action. I don't think you'll see too much of it, but you will see certain players that just really love the division and just solely play this division, I'm sure. In terms of my favourite units, I mean, yeah, you can't not choose this, really, can you? As the favourite unit, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. The first jet plane in World War II, in Steel Division 2, that we get. It's the jet bomber. It's the AR-234B/2. It's absolutely amazing. I am gonna love using this unit. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. There we have it. Thanks very much for watching. Jump into the Discord. Remember, enter the prize draw if you've not entered up till now. And I think I've got one more division to look at, which means it's probably, if this is done in the order that I'm thinking it's going to be done in, then it's probably release day tomorrow. So look forward to Burning Baltics DLC release. Hope to see you out on the battlefield. I hope you enjoy it, and good luck for the prize draw. Thanks very much for watching. I am Angry Bird. I am out.